The state of girls' education in Pakistan is far from optimal. According to UNESCO, a nonprofit organization that helps children obtain an education, there are 7.261 million children out of school at the primary level, and 58% are females according to UNESCO's 2011 report. Pakistan's efforts are linked to its commitment to meet the education for all targets in the Millennial Development Goals. The constitutional amendment, Article 25A, makes the education a fundamental right for the citizens of Pakistan. The article states, the state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children of the age of 5 to 16 years in such manner as may be determined by law. Despite these goals and laws, the state of education for everyone, especially women, is far less than suitable.
To share a little more about Pakistan's education, here are some eye-opening facts about girls' education in the nation. 7 million adolescents in Pakistan are not in school. 54% of them are girls. 62% of girls and 5% of boys between the ages of 10 and 12 are not in school. 71% of women in Pakistan have not completed primary school, compared with 41% of men. In Pakistan's poorest households, less than half, 45%, of the girls are enrolled in primary school, and only 18% attend lower secondary schools. All of these are some pretty unsettling facts.
The lack of opportunity for Pakistani women is a great loss for their country. According to a 2012 UNESCO report, literate Pakistani women earned nearly twice as much as those who were illiterate. Even though Pakistan's government is trying to improve the education system, those plans are far from being optimal. There is still a lot that needs to be done for the education in this country, in particular for women.
One problem is the use of the nation's financial resources. Nearly 7 times the amount that is spent on education is spent on the military. Some of this is justified to help rid the nation of dangerous militants, as well as to defend the nation's land, while other funds could be used more wisely in creating a national school system. One problem the country faces is the lack of skilled workers who are educated. Other nations, such as the US, have spent a great deal of money educating people who are later able to return funds to the system through taxes received from a better paying job. Pakistan's education spending is kind of a catch-22, where there is little money to fund education, resulting in a large portion of the population being unable to obtain high-paying work, meaning that the nation does not have enough skilled laborers and job holders to financially support the education system.
In a speech, Malala gave her thoughts on the plan that Pakistan has implemented for education. She said, "For many of my sisters, a full course of education is a distant dream. Leaders have one standard for their own children, but another standard for their citizens. As parents, they would never be happy with only a basic 5 or 6 years of school for their children. 12 years of school should be every young person's right. It's time for a change." Corruption, along with militant control of some regions, is a major cause for the lack of education for children and young adults, especially for women. Embezzlement and misuse of funds has plagued the nation for years and years. Priorities in politics change with each leader and party, which has a large impact on the priority of education.
Women like Mala are trying to fight this injustice they are living. It's not only that the government doesn't have the economic means to implement a better educational program, but that there are groups like the Taliban that are constantly bombing girls' schools and not letting them have this right. Mala said, "Even if they come to kill me, I will tell them what they're trying to do is wrong, that education is our basic right." According to UNESCO, the national literacy rate is 46%, and the literacy rate is 26% for girls and 12% for women, though this figure includes people who are unable to do much more than sign their own name. In the 2 regions hit hardest by the Taliban, the Northwest Frontier Province and Balochistan, the female literacy rate is between 3 and 8%.
Women in Pakistan are to be some of the least educated women in the world. Today, the education system has been heavily influenced by the World Wide Web, allowing many new consumers of internet content to become producers on the internet. The power to perform a Google search to gather research on a new topic is a core part of the modern-day education. In 2001, only 1.3% of the population of Pakistan had access to the internet. Today, that has grown to 15.9% of the population having internet access. This leaves a large percentage of the population of Pakistan without the ability to be connected to the majority of the world's database of information. The internet provides an avenue for much of the self-taught learning that happens outside public institutions of education. Even though the women in Pakistan are underprivileged in the realm of public education and women's rights through the growth of the internet in Pakistan, women may have a greater ability to enable themselves to become independent learners. The effect of this will improve the lives of the family and the children of their mothers, making phenomenal general change that their parents were never taught or introduced to because of the lack of education that they had received, because of discrimination and subject to poverty, which often puts these families in difficult situations to pursue any form of education.
By tradition, many men and women weren't raised in a way that puts a focus on the importance of education. This also has great influences on many citizens who simply don't see a need for much education as they carry on the traditions of previous generations. Unfortunately, many men, according to their customs, don't value the need for women to obtain an education, meaning that even less women, as explained previously, don't get an opportunity to an education at all, even if many of the other problems didn't exist.
As you can see, all of these factors combine together to create the problem of taking away a basic right, such as education, especially for women.